What is good, Prima Gang? It's your girl, Primadiva. Alolan forms were one of the freshest things that the Pokemon franchise has introduced, in my opinion. When they were introduced, I thought for a fact that they were only going to be exclusive to Generation 7. But as we all know, the recent trailer blew us all away. It blew me away, that's for sure. Say hello to Galarian forms, everyone. On top of that, even an evolution for Linoon, which, oh man, if you saw my reaction, you know how much that got me hyped. But you know what this actually means though? Regional forms may very well become a staple in the franchise, just like how customization became one after Generation 6. And let me just say, I'm excited for more in the future. Who knows what they could do now that they're not limiting themselves anymore to just Kanto Pokemon. So without further ado, you all know what this video is about. Let's get right into the top 5 Galarian forms for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So rats are just everywhere. Literally everywhere. So it should make sense that Rattata and Raticate would be widespread in Galar as well, and spoiler alert, they'll be taking up the first spot. Yes, it's true that they already have an Alolan form, however, what's stopping a Pokemon from having both? Why I think these rat Pokemon would make good Galarian forms is actually, well, quite gruesome, but I've been thinking about it long before the trailer. What I'm talking about is the Black Death. Yep, I told you it was horrible. Yes, one of the most horrible events in human history that possibly killed 200 million people, which was likely caused by, well, actually fleas living on black rats, which traveled around through ships. But regarding the rats, Rattata and Raticate could easily be based on the black rats in their Galarian forms, instead of being based on the Hawaiian rats in Alola, or the Dumbo rats in their, I guess, normal forms? Many generations ago, the Galarian people likely saw these Pokemon while all the death spreading around, and assumed that it was purely their fault when it really wasn't. But in reality, they're just a bunch of nice little rats, unlike the ones from Alola, who are very aggressive. And instead of them being normal type or normal and dark, I think the perfect typing combination would be Ghost and Poison. I'm not sure how exactly they would evolve into these forms, but it probably have something to do with being around poisonous gases a lot. Ghost, however, that's hard to say. Maybe competition forced them to become a ghost type? Now, they won't be killing the people of Galar, but people are probably going to be very afraid of them. Now, as far as their designs would go, it'd be a pretty drastic change. Instead of them having, well, flesh, it would be kind of rotting, but not too grossly. You gotta keep it child-friendly after all. They'd be mostly around during nighttime, as ghosts do, and just eat about anything they can find and be great for keeping the Galar region clean. So yeah, cute, ghostly, decaying rats. I'm sure they could make it E for everyone somehow, and I'm sure people would love these forms. Tell me, what is the Galar region without Pokemon based on knights? Sure, we have Golurk, who is literally a suit of armor, however, well, I don't think it's cool enough. We need something more badass. And what screams badass? Pawniard and Bisharp. Okay, sure, Pawniard and Bisharp aren't knights, they're based on Japanese bandits, some samurai armor, and likely Ronin too. Now, if you don't know what a Ronin is, they're samurais without masters that would do anything to survive. This includes assassination. You don't want to take a Night Slash from these dangerous samurai, and definitely not from Bisharp either. But with regional forms, they could become something else, something noble. Let's start with this Galarian Pawniard, made by the amazing Locomotive 111 on DeviantArt. Seriously, his art is amazing. Go check it out yourself. Anyway, this one looks pretty awesome. It's not edgy anymore, and might I even say I prefer it? I really like the combination of yellow and black a lot, and the small lance-like arms remind me of a very famous knight. They also changed the typing from Steel and Dark to Steel and Fighting, really befitting to a true knight. Next we have Galarian Bisharp, which seems to be based on a combination of a knight and a paladin, certainly an awesome and gallant combination. Its arms kind of remind me of Ed from Fullmetal Alchemist. You know how he makes a blade out of his right arm with alchemy? That always was so badass. I also like how the colors are becoming more golden, and its personality seeming so radically different from its original form. You might assume I was done there, but no. This Galarian Bisharp has an evolution. Say hello to Landflight, who evolved from Bisharps that know to move Sacred Sword. This is one freaking badass design, and one badass knight, might I add. The spikes all over its body, the eyes hidden in the helmet, and just the overall majestic feeling I'm getting. I'm loving it. Just look at that lance coming from his right arm though. It's literally Lancelot. That is so cool. I'm so upset this one isn't real. Giving Bisharp an evolution might seem overpowered, and it could very well be, but there's already loads of OP Pokemon out there. This whole line is just absolutely brilliant, that is all I can say. If they do have a Galarian Knight Pokemon in Sword and Shield, I certainly hope that it'll be as badass as this line, especially Landslide. So, I'm not from the UK. I've never been either, but I've seen online that there's a lot of buses there, especially in London. Specifically these red double-deckers. They seem to be quite popular there, so maybe the same could be said about Galar. Well, have a look at this Galarian Charjabus, again designed by the amazing Locomotive 111. So this Charjabus, or should I say Charjabus, evolves from a regular Grubbin at level 20 if it's in any city or town area. Now, this is just hilarious. Truly, the Charjabus meme was a thing long before Sword and Shield got announced, and I laughed so hard when I found this design. It's truly meme-tastic. It's now Bug and Steel type, which fits to a T, and the red just looks dope. Now onto its evolution. You might think, oh yeah, Galarian Vikavolt, but nope, you'd actually be wrong. It's an alternate evolution, which, god, you know, I really hope they introduce more of those, because Obstagoon was just really such a fun surprise. Like, it just makes sense that Pokemon under different conditions will evolve differently. Some even so much that their final forms just change drastically. Anyway, this is Routtle, the Galarian evolution of the Charjabus. It evolves from said Charjabus when leveling up while knowing U-turn. The fact that it evolved from knowing U-turn is just hilarious. They really did it. They out-memed Charjabus. Routle's design is just awesome. Honestly, I'm not even sure we have any vehicle-inspired Pokemon, but if we do, we need more. There's just a whole plethora of things you can combine. It's also just totally badass looking. Red always seems to look cool on bugs. Just have a look at Scizor, which it totally reminds me of. I don't know about you, but I definitely catch a ride on this Radical Beetle double-decker bus. Huh, what a weird sentence to say. Let's just hope that Game Freak will actually make a red bus Pokemon for Galar though. Even though it seems unlikely, it'd still be amazing. One of my favorite animals would have to be the Ferret. I mean, they're like cats, but long. Long cats. Cat noodles. Which brings me to one of my favorite lines that not many people talk about, which is centered in Ferret. How can you not love this cute, enormous, soft ferret Pokemon? And yes, I said enormous. It's 5.11 feet. The size of an average man. That's freaking crazy. But gosh, you know, I remember using this Pokemon a lot in Crystal. I'd always teach it Icy Wind to deal with lands. Anyway, you're not here for the Ferret appreciation. Unless you are, which, if you are, well, you're still in the right place, because I'm going to be showcasing the Galarian version of this lineup. Let's have a gander at this just absolutely adorable Galarian Sentret by the fantastic Fatmon on DeviantArt. I just love how it's all curled up, has those cool claws, and really rocking that mole-like aesthetic, which perfectly explains its new normal and ground typing. Now, onto its evolution, Galarian Ferret, which seems to evolve just a regular way. This Ferret is giving me some massive Gurren Lagann vibes. Is anyone else getting it too? With it appearing more mole-like, it seems that Ferret took over the niche of being a burrower. Since Drillbur isn't in the Galar region, someone's gotta dig and make tunnels, right? It definitely looks more dangerous than its original form, with the original form just looking like a long furry noodle. This one looks like something you may not want to try petting without asking. It still looks cute though. It's badass adorable. A trope used to describe cute yet tough characters. Think Kirby, for example. I'd be real happy to see Sentret and Ferret get some love. Maybe even give it an evolution just like Linoon. Either way, let's hope that next time we'll see a trailer, it'll feature both of these Pokemon in their awesome Galarian forms. Ah, the last spot. You know, when I make a top 5, it's always hard to think of the last one, because there's just so many good options. However, I chose a Pokemon that is actually quite special to me, and if Primarina was never introduced, my channel likely would have had this Pokemon as its mascot. It may just surprise you, but that Pokemon is Jumpluff. Honestly, Jumpluff never felt special to me until I hatched a shiny Hoppip in Pokemon X and Y. I named it Gumdrop, and when it became a Jumpluff, I absolutely fell in love with its pink prettiness. And to this day, it's still my favorite shiny Pokemon. So, what Galarian forms could these three possibly have? Well, I was looking up ideas and designs, but I unfortunately found nothing I really liked. So what I had in mind is having their Galarian counterparts be their beta designs. Yes, here I go again, talking about beta Pokemon for probably the 3rd time now on my channel. But just look at these! They're cute little balls of fluff that are also cats! You can't not love them! Yes, these beta designs are much more simpler than their actual designs, but however, simple doesn't always mean bad. Honestly, if Beta Jumpluff was actually a Pokemon, it may have been the actual mascot of the channel. I'm not kidding, that's how much I just adore it. Anyway, let's get back to these Galarian forms. Even though their beta typing was grass flying, like the actual ones, I think that these Galarian forms should instead be grass and fairy. They just don't look like they can fly at all. And plus, they're just really cute. Yeah, that's a good enough reasoning for Fairy, right? It's a very low chance we could see anything like this appearing in Galar, especially having Galarian forms resemble beta Pokemon, but hey, anything can happen. I mean, who expected Linoon, of all things, to have an exclusive Galarian evolution? Not me. So there we have it, folks. 5 awesome Galarian forms that would make a great fit for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Tell me, which one was your favorite? Comment down below. My favorite would have to be these Galarian Rattata and Raticate. After all, I created the concepts myself. And of course, I had an amazing friend who helped me out with the art. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button for support, subscribe for more Pokemon awesomeness in the future, and be sure to hit that little bell so you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. Be sure to follow my social media too, and if you want, check out the official Prima Gang Discord in the description below. And finally, if you want to help me support the channel even more, consider checking out my Patreon. It's not much a month, and there's some pretty sweet bonuses I'd say are definitely worth the small price. And with that being said, I hope y'all will have a fantastic day, night, or morning, and as always, take care,